This is a transformation investigation. Originally, I had it planned in groups, but I'm probably ran out of time, so I had to flip the classroom on this one. The goal of this is to understand what A, B, H, and K does in the context of inside of a function. And I'll go through some examples of that. But this whole thing, first of all, you'll have a document sent to you that you can go through and try to do the investigation on your own. There's a GeoGebra file. You can use that to do the investigation, and then you're summarizing on this one. So I'm going to start off with how to actually just open up the GeoGebra at this point. So through your Google Classroom, and it's not going to look like this because I had to borrow someone else. Obviously, you'll have the Google Doc that you can go through. You'll have this GeoGebra file, and you'll also have this YouTube video. Obviously, this isn't done yet. Here's what I wanted to emphasize, though. If you click on it, it says this. Go to the top right, the three buttons up here, open in a new window. Then download it. If you have GeoGebra installed, you can just open it up. If you don't, go to a new browser. Go to geogebra.org. Start calculator. And then wherever you downloaded it, just drag that in, and you're good. And you're basically playing with the A's, the B's, the H's, and the K's. And I got 3 different functions. Follow along and answer the questions. I would recommend at this point pausing and actually doing the investigation. Make sure you understand how all those things work, and I'm about to summarize on the next page. All right, I'm assuming you've finished it or you're just waiting for the notes anyway. Here we go. You guys should have found out that A vertically stretches the function by a factor of A. Whatever A is, that's how much it's multiplying vertically. So all your Y's are getting multiplied. It also flips it over the X axis, so it turns it upside down. B horizontally stretches by a factor, and this is a crazy one, of 1 over B. Okay, so that's a little bit different. We'll talk about that in context. This also can, if it's a negative, flip over the y-axis. Then H shifts the entire graph left and right. Notice that it's x minus h. And K shifts the graph up and down. Now, quick little note, when you're doing transformations by point or the entire functions, you have to do these first, but you can do them in any order. I could do this, and then this, and then this, and then this, and I'm fine. I just have to do my transformations, my translations, my shifts last, and I'll be fine. Okay? So in context, if I give you an equation that's related to x cubed, then this is vertically stretched by a factor of 2, multiplying all my y's by 2. Then it goes right 4 and up 1. And as long as I shift this one first, then I can do these in any order. I can flip that one. The bottom one is a horizontal stretch by a factor of 1 over 2. It reflects over the y-axis. It goes right 1 and down 5. So in context, if I give you this equation, which is y equals x cubed, that's what the visual difference would be if I graphed that one. It would be horizontally stretched by a factor of 1/2 reflects the y-axis. And by the way, you could flip these and you're fine. You could flip these, you're fine. You just have to make sure you do your translations last. So for me, I'm going to show you how to do it point by point just to kind of emphasize how this works. So I'm going to pick the points 0, 0 on this original one, 1, 1, and -1, -1. Those are all points. So I can vertically stretch by a factor of 2. I can go right 4 and I can go up 1, which means if I vertically stretch by a factor of 2, I'm multiplying the y's by 2. So this becomes 0, 0. This becomes 1, 2. This becomes -1, -2. Then I go right 4, which is changing my x's. I go 4, 0. I go 5, 2. And I go 3, -2. Then I go up 1, which is 4, 1, 5, 3, and 3, -1. So my new graph would be over 4 up 1. It would be over 5 up 3. And over 3 down 1. That is how we would graph this through just transformations. Okay. Try the worksheets. Ask questions. Hopefully this makes sense. But big thing is ask questions. Make sure you understand it. Most of you guys, it's the B is the only new thing. So that's it. It's going to come back over and over again.